video, counselling and phobias. How would I work with that in my practice? So with phobias, I have this view on it, and I feel like sometimes a phobia, if it's not directly linked to a bad experience, so say, I don't know, you've got a phobia of spiders, but when you were little, one ran across your hand, terrified you, you're still scared. That's just a quick example, by the way. So that came from something. But I also have this theory that sometimes a phobia is not linked to something you've been through. And I think that could be for different reasons. So one of the reasons I think with this phobia stuff is that there's a fear of something and it's being projected onto something that's safer. So the real fear could be something different, and the real fear behind what it is isn't being addressed, but it's safer to put it on, say, fear of spiders again. I don't know why they just keep popping in my head, but it's a common fear, isn't it? Other fears, like fear of heights, makes sense because naturally your body is wanting to survive. So if it sees you somewhere high, it thinks, oh, we're in danger, we need to be safe. But the thing that shows you that fears, well, I've gone into fears now instead of phobias, but the thing that shows you with fears that aren't real, false evidence appearing real, because everyone has different things. So where I could be totally fine with the spider, my mum would be hysterical, and it's the same stimuli but two different perceptions. But I did used to be scared of them actually, and I'm a lot less bothered by them now. When we do the inner work, we can change anything. So you can work on phobias in counselling, but you could also go into hypnotherapy as well and be hypnotised. So we've got to get into the subconscious and change the beliefs, because it's just beliefs as well. So yeah, that was my theory with phobias. I am also quite spiritual, so I do like to think as well, maybe we have a phobia linked to a past life. So it depends what your view is on that. Could that make sense? Does that resonate? And if it is, you could do something like quantum healing hypnosis technique, which takes you into past lives. I've done it, it was really interesting, very subtle, mine was, but very interesting, very powerful at the same time. But how would I work with phobias? Well, we would do the history, when it showed up, what's shown up, the symptoms, all the all the exploring kind of work around it, finding out as much as we can. Then we could use something which is called exposure therapy, which is, say, again, go back to spiders. So then we bring in something safe, like a teddy spider. Okay, that's a bit of exposure. Mind then learns, okay, we're safe. Okay, so next time we'll bring in a picture of it. Okay, that's all right, I'm still safe. You know, and you work your way up the list. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to bring in a real spider, because that would just be weird, but you work your way up the list so that somebody starts feeling safer and calmer around the phobia. But if there is a root attached to it from the past, you know, we want to work on healing that. If it is a fear being projected onto something that's more suitable, we want to work on what the thing is that isn't being faced. And if it's a past life, you know, I'm not trained in that, but you could go and explore that as well. So that's just a couple of different options on phobias. Common phobias, heights, spiders, public speaking, is that a phobia? That's more of a fear, isn't it? Well, fears are phobias as well, because we've got the fear response. What else? Phobias. Mine's gone blank. Maybe dogs. People are scared of dogs as well. But anyways, doesn't matter what it is. It just matters that everything's changeable and everything can be worked on. And as soon as you're ready, because being ready is really important, you know, things shift, and that's the beauty of doing this work. So anyways, that's a little video on phobias. If you have any questions, I'm on nataliecounselingservices.co.uk, and also if there's topics you want me to cover. At the minute I'm just going through a list and I'm up to P, so I'm up to phobias, and then once everything's covered, I'll start just doing anything that I come across as well. So yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and peace, love and light.